Hi boys and girls, welcome to Science Day today. Today I've got some awesome helpers and we're going to be needing a lot of things today. So the very first thing I'm going to need you to do is go find a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, push pause right now. Go find a piece of paper and a pencil. Okay, I hope that you have your piece of paper and your pencil with you now. Now, we decided that we're gonna be like scientists and wear some safety glasses. So I've got these safety glasses here. Easton's got some down there that he's gonna grab. May's our assistant. She's gonna be helping us out a little bit today too. Now for this first thing, we're gonna be doing 4 projects today. I'm super excited about it. It'll be awesome. So for our first project today, you're going to need a cup, some dish soap, some hydrogen peroxide, some warm water, and some yeast. Now, you don't have to follow along unless you want to. If you want to follow along with me, then you can. You can get all these things and follow along. Have a parent help you. If you want to just watch, then you can just watch. That's fine. Okay. These are tinted glasses, so it makes it kind of hard for me to see inside. So I'm going to take them off for just a second. Now, we're going to start with our hydrogen peroxide. And we're going to pour some of our hydrogen peroxide into this cup. We're going to do about a half of a cup of hydrogen peroxide. Now, maybe you've used hydrogen peroxide when you have an owie, and it helps you clean out your owie. Okay, so I'm going to pour this in like that. Now thank you. I have my cup sitting on a big tray just in case things get messy so it will catch the mess. Okay, then I'm going to get my dish soap and I'm going to put a big squirt of dish soap in. That's a big squirt of dish soap, isn't it? Oh, I forgot food coloring. May remembered the food coloring for us. Now, I'm going to let Easton pick one color and I'm going to let May pick one color. So can you guys both pick one color? She picked this one. Now, I'm just going to drop it towards the edge of the cup so it's dripping off the side. We'll put 2 drips on that side. It's still dripping inside, but it's on the edge of the cup. What color do you pick, bud? He's picking green. We're going to be using food coloring a lot today. Now, boys and girls, the thing about scientists is they like to make predictions or a guess of what they think is going to happen. So that's why we have our notebook and our paper here. So I'm going to slide this over just a little bit. Now with my warm water, there's about 3 tablespoons in here. Now I'm going to get my yeast and I'm going to put the yeast. It's about 3 tablespoons of yeast in there as well. Will you go get a little spoon for us, sweetie? Okay, now as these 2 are sitting here, I want you to take a look at them. I'm going to kind of swirl this one around just a little bit. And I'm going to kind of swirl this one around just a little bit. Now, in a second, we're going to pour them together. And I want you to make a guess. Thank you. Thank you. She got one for each cup here. Now, I want you to make a guess what you think is going to happen when we mix the 2 together. Okay? So that's what your piece of paper is for. So get your piece of paper, get your pencil, and write, I think that, and then tell me what you think is going to happen when we mix these 2 together. So push pause, do that, and then we'll mix them together. Okay, I hope that you finished writing. If you didn't, push pause for a couple more seconds. Now here comes the part where we're going to put our glasses on, and then we're going to see what happens. You guys ready for this? Okay. I'm going to slide this over a little bit. Now, I'm going to let Easton pour this one, and I'll let May help with the next one, okay? So East, nice and slow, pour this into here, and we'll see if what you guessed was going to happen happens. Nice and slow, pour it in there. Let's see what happens. Dump it in. Dump the rest in. Dump the rest in.
What's happening?
Whoa, look at that. Oh my goodness. It just keeps pouring. And pouring. And pouring. Pouring. Is that what you guys thought was going to happen?
Yeah.
Is that what you thought was going to happen?
It's
It's kind of like a waterfall, huh? Okay, now I'm going to clean this up, so I'm going to push pause on my video really quick, and then we'll get ready for the next project, okay? This project was called Elephant Toothpaste. Okay, friends, we're ready for our next science project. Now, for this one, you're going to need some milk and a plate that has a little edge. You're going to need more dish soap. You're going to need a Q-tip. And you're going to need some more food coloring, okay? So what you're going to do first, if you need to go grab those things, if you're going to do them with me, push pause, and then get ready to start. So with the milk, you're just going to pour a tiny little bit onto your plate, okay? So a tiny little bit so that the whole plate is covered, but it's not making a huge mess, okay? Let me kind of show you what that looks like. So my whole plate is covered like that. Now, there we go. Now, we are going to put a couple of drops of food coloring in. So I'm going to put a drop over here, drop over here, drop over here, drop over here. Wow, thank you, May. You're such a good helper. Drop over here, drop over here, drop over here, drop over here. And remember, what do scientists do? They make predictions, or they guess what they think is going to happen. So right now, I'm going to get you ready for one more thing, and then be ready to push pause to take your guess of what's going to happen. I'm going to get my Q-tip, and I'm going to put on the edge, some dish soap. You don't want to get too much. I almost got too much. Then, before you do this, you're going to write about what you think is going to happen, okay? So with your Q-tip, you're going to just touch inside where the food coloring is and take your guess of what's going to happen. What would happen if I touched this soap right in the middle of the food coloring? So push pause, write down what you think is going to happen, and then you can try it out with this. Okay, don't do it quite yet. I'm going to move the camera so you guys can watch what happens when May and Easton touch the food coloring. Oh, we better put our glasses on just in case. Do you want to wear these ones? No? Okay. Okay, I'm going to show you the food coloring, and then when I say 3, you guys can touch the food coloring, okay? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, with the soapy side. Turn yours around, sweetie. Whoa, what is happening? Touch some more food coloring. With the soapy side, sis. Turn it around, touch it with the soapy side. Look at that, the colors are running away from the soap. The colors are running right away.
I got some.
Wow, that looks pretty cool.
Now what?
What did you guys think was going to happen? Was your prediction right? That's pretty fun, isn't it? It's kind of fun to play with those colors, and it just keeps swirling and swirling around. Okay, I'm going to push pause again. We're going to clean up this mess, and we'll get ready for the next one. Okay, guys, we're ready to start the next one. For this next project, you're going to need a water bottle that is mostly gone. So water stays in the bottom part of it. You're going to need some vegetable oil. You're going to need some food coloring. And you're going to need some Alka-Seltzer. That's kind of funny, huh? So, you're going to take the lid off? Okay. So, boys and girls, the first thing you're going to do is take the lid off your water bottle. Make sure you're having a grown-up help you with all these things. You're going to pour vegetable oil in the water bottle until it's the rest of the way filled up. Now, what do you guys think is going to happen with the vegetable oil and the water? Do you think it's going to mix together, or do you think it's going to stay separated? What do you think? You don't know? What do you think?
It's separated.
He sees it. Oh, not yet, not yet. he sees that it's separated. It's kind of hard to tell from the video, but look at that. The water's staying on the bottom and the oil's going to the top. The oil's kind of floating a little bit. The water stays at the bottom. It's because of how thick it is and how much it weighs. So the water is staying at the top. Now Now she picked yellow, so she's gonna put in 3 drops of yellow, and we're gonna watch what happens. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got 4. That's okay. Look at that. Did you see how they're dropping through the oil? And they're getting down almost all the way to the water at the bottom. Look at that. It didn't change the color of the oil, but it's sitting there. Right now it's sitting between the oil and the water. Okay, May, can you get one more drop in there for us? Okay, she's going to put blue in. What do you guys think would happen if we mix yellow and blue? Does anybody know? Do you guys know?
What I think.
He thinks purple. What do you think, May? Guess what? Yellow and blue, when you mix them together, it's going to make... Now, I'm going to put the lid on really quick and just kind of swish it up a little bit so we can get those colors down at the bottom. I'm not shaking it. I'm just swirling it because I want that food coloring to get down there. It's kind of stuck in the oil for a minute. Now, when you do this, if you want to change the color of the water before you put the oil in, you can. There we go. It turns green.
Yeah,
Yellow and blue make green. Okay, now here comes the next part. You've noticed that the water is staying at the bottom and the oil is staying at the top. And what's going to happen is we're going to get your Alka-Seltzer. And you're going to put the Alka-Seltzer in the water bottle. Now, this is the part where you push pause and you write down what you think is going to happen when we mix the Alka-Seltzer into the water bottle. Okay? So push pause, write down what you think is going to happen. I need some scissors. Can you get some scissors for me? Now, normally I like to use the little Alka-Seltzer pellets, but in my pantry right now, we just had the Alka-Seltzer powder, but it will work the same. Thank you. Okay, I hope that you wrote down your guess of what you think is going to happen. And now, what do you guys think is going to happen?
I think this time's going to explode.
You think it's going to the same thing? What do you think is going to happen?
Same thing.
Same thing? What did you guys think was going to happen? Okay, let's see.
Let's see what's going to happen. Let's see.
So it's dropping down to the bottom.
What's going to happen next?
And watch this. There we go. It's starting to make some bubbles. The tablets work a little bit better than this kind does, than the powder kind does. It's starting to make bubbles. Oh, there we go. It's kind of hard to tell from our video. But what's happening is there's some bubbles down here, and they're taking the food coloring up through the oil, and they're popping up through the oil. So let's see if we can get a little bit. There we go. You can kind of see those bubbles rising up a little bit. This is called a homemade lava lamp. So if you wanted to make another one at home, remember those tablets of Alka-Seltzer work a lot better than the powder kind that we have. But you can always, you can always keep putting more and more Alka-Seltzer in there, and it will keep making the bubbles go up and up and up. So my Alka-Seltzer didn't mix up very good at the bottom. There it is. Look at it going. See those bubbles getting through the oil? Okay.
Let's make another one.
Oh my goodness, you guys, there's so many bubbles in here that the lid is getting very tight. And I bet it's going to make a small sound when we take the lid off. So let's listen. Oh, it was so small you guys probably couldn't hear it on the video. But you know how when you have like a pop can and it has all the bubbles in it and then it goes psh, that's the kind of sound that we were listening for there. Now it's kind of cool that you can mix up the water and the oil, and then when you set it back down, it automatically just separates and that water goes back down to the bottom and the oil stays up at the top. So that's kind of fun, isn't it? All right, were you right? Did you guess what was going to happen? Push pause. Actually, I'm going to push pause. I'm going to get us set up for the next one, and then we'll be back. Okay, guys, we're ready for our last experiment of the day. For this, you're going to need some vinegar. You're going to need some water. You're going to need some food coloring. She picked red for this one. And some baking soda. Okay? So the very first thing that you're going to do is get your water. And you're going to pour the water into a little bowl. I've got a bowl here. I have 2 bowls here, actually. So I have about 2 tablespoons. Yeah, about 2 tablespoons of water that I'm pouring into there. Oh, not yet. We're not going to do the food coloring quite yet. And then I'm going to get, oh, I forgot, dish soap. About a tablespoon of dish soap. And pour it into there. And then I'm going to get my baking soda. And we're going to put about a tablespoon of baking soda into here also. I'm using a big scooper, but you only need about a tablespoon. Okay, and then we're going to make sure that gets mixed up really good. And we are going to, let me grab my spoon here. We'll mix that all up. So I've got my water, my soap, and my baking soda, and I'm mixing those all together. And I'm going to put these, oh, it smells clean. I'm going to put these in this big, tall vase that I have here, okay? So I grabbed a bowl that I can squish easy, so I can pour it in here really easy. Make sure you're using a grown-up or having a grown-up help you with this stuff. Okay, now in this bowl, my second bowl here, I'm gonna have May put in some food coloring. Yep, you can put in 5 drops of food coloring. And then, perfect, we're gonna get a little bit of vinegar. This is about a half a cup of vinegar that we're gonna put in. Oh, if I can get my lid off. Ooh, this one smells strong. Can you smell this? Oh, it's so strong. Oh, so strong. Okay, now what we're going to do is pour the vinegar with food coloring into our dish soap and baking soda and water. And I want you to take your guess of what you think is going to happen. So this is where you get to push pause and write down on your piece of paper with your pencil what you think is going to happen when we mix them. What do you guys think is going to happen when we mix it?
I hope it's still made up all day. I think it's going to do the same thing as it did last time, like
as the elephant toothpaste did?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to slide back my tray from my phone a little bit so it doesn't make a big mess. I have it inside a baking tray just in case, because you never know. Ready? Okay, let's pour the vinegar into the mixture. And let's see if your guesses were right. You excited? Mm-hmm. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go!
It made a volcano!
It's a volcano!
Yeah!
Is that what you guessed? Ooh, so this one is a little bit more thin and bubbly than the elephant toothpaste. The elephant toothpaste was thick. Now, make sure you don't eat it. It's okay if you touch it, but don't eat that. That would be yucky to eat the soap. So fun! I hope you guys have had a fun science day doing all of these science projects with me.
Fun.
It is so fun, isn't it? And if you want to go back and yeah, if you want to watch them again, you're welcome to. If you want to try them out, you can. Now, be quiet for just a second. What your assignment is today is to take a picture of that writing that you did throughout our science projects, okay? Take a picture of the writing that you did. And then at the end of that, at the end of your writing, I want you to write down if your guesses were right, or if some of them were right, or if they weren't quite so right. And that's okay. If they weren't right, that's just fine, because that's what they were. They were just guesses. Thanks for doing Science Day with me today, boys and girls. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. See you soon.